From Izzy cutting an LVAD wire to Meredith tampering with a clinical trial, these are the times doctors broke the rules in Grey's Anatomy, starting with the one that risked everything for love. Number 10. Alex beating up DeLuca. It starts with a misunderstanding. Alex walks into a situation that looks worse than it is, and in a split second, he loses control. You can feel the tension building because this isn't just another argument. This is Alex reverting back to his darkest instincts. What happens next is brutal. He attacks Andrew DeLuca, beating him so badly that it leaves him hospitalized. The moment is hard to watch, not just because of the violence, but because we know Alex has come so far and just threw it away. Why it matters is simple. This wasn't just a fight. It nearly ended Alex's career. It reminded everyone that no matter how much growth happens, one mistake can undo everything. And if you thought that loss of control was bad, the next rule break crosses a much more dangerous line. Number 9. Christina performs surgery on Burke. It begins with a secret that shouldn't exist. Preston Burke develops a tremor in his hand, something that could destroy his career overnight. But instead of stepping back, he hides it. And Christina? She makes a choice that changes everything.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, I can be there if you need me in surgery.
I'm not going to do any surgeries.
What follows is incredibly risky. During surgeries, Christina secretly assists Burke in a way no one else knows. She becomes his steady hand, guiding procedures while he takes the credit. It's a quiet deception, but one that puts every patient on that table in danger. Why it matters hits hard. Christina isn't just breaking rules, she's compromising everything she believes in as a surgeon. It blurs the line between ambition and ethics, showing just how far she's willing to go for greatness. And for Burke. And just when you think bending the rules for love is dangerous, the next moment takes that idea and pushes it into life or death territory. Number 8. Izzy cuts the LVAD wire. It starts as desperation. Izzy Stevens is in love, and not in a quiet, manageable way. Denny Duquette is dying, and the transplant list isn't moving fast enough.
I've waited a year and a half to get this thing. Who knows when the next one is going to come along?
I'll take my chances.
No.
You can feel the ticking clock in every scene, building towards something reckless. Then she does the unthinkable. Izzy cuts Denny's LVAD wire, forcing his condition to crash so he jumps to the top of the transplant list. The entire hospital scrambles, unaware that this crisis was manufactured. It's chaos, all because one doctor couldn't let go. Why it matters is devastating. This isn't just breaking a rule, it's manipulating life and death. And even though Denny gets the heart, the fallout is brutal, ending in tragedy that makes the choice feel even heavier. And if risking a patient's life for love wasn't enough, the next moment shows what happens when ambition starts rewriting the rules entirely. Number 7. Meredith tampers with the Alzheimer's trial. It starts with a choice that feels personal. Meredith Grey is watching Adele Weber slip away to Alzheimer's. There's a clinical trial that could help, but it's randomized. No guarantees. And for Meredith, that isn't good enough. So she crosses the line. Meredith switches the envelopes, ensuring Adele gets the active drug instead of the placebo. It's subtle, almost invisible, but it completely destroys the integrity of the trial. One decision, made in a moment of emotion, puts the entire study at risk. Why it matters cuts deep. This wasn't about recklessness. It was about love and loyalty. But it cost Meredith her credibility, nearly her career, and shattered trust with Derek and the hospital. And just when bending science for someone you care about feels like the worst it can get, the next moment proves that even cutting corners can spiral into something far more dangerous. Number 6. Interns practicing surgery on themselves. It starts as curiosity. A group of interns feel like they're falling behind, stuck watching instead of doing. The pressure to prove themselves is intense, and that frustration slowly turns into something reckless. Then it escalates fast. They begin practicing surgical techniques on each other. Sutures, procedures, things they have no business doing without supervision.
This is a bad idea. This is a really bad idea. And it's the middle of the night, so our judgment is, it's off.
It's secretive, risky, and completely against every rule in the hospital. One mistake here doesn't just mean trouble, it means real harm. Why it matters is chilling. This isn't about one bad call. It's a culture of desperation, where learning crosses into danger. It shows how the system itself can push young doctors to make choices that could ruin lives before their careers even begin. And if you're enjoying this list so far, make sure to subscribe because moments like these only get wilder. Because if experimenting on themselves sounds reckless, the next rule break shows what happens when a doctor gambles everything during an actual emergency. Number 5. Bailey injects the deactivated HIV virus. It starts with a child running out of options. Miranda Bailey is treating a young patient with a rare, life-threatening condition. Every standard treatment has failed, time is running out, and you can feel the pressure building with every passing second. So, she takes a risk no one approved.
Give him the injection within the next 4 to 6 hours, and then, theoretically, that's when the magic will happen.
See, that's the problem, though, Bailey.
Bailey injects the boy with a deactivated HIV virus, an experimental method that hasn't been cleared. It's bold, controversial, and completely against protocol. For a moment, it feels like she may have gone too far. Why it matters is powerful. This isn't reckless in the usual way. It's innovation born from desperation. And when it works, it changes everything, proving that sometimes breaking the rules can save a life. But only if you're willing to face the consequences. And just when you think rule breaking for the right reasons can be justified, the next moment shows how one emotional decision can put an entire hospital in danger. Number 4. April and Jackson leave a patient mid-surgery. It begins with tension that's been building for too long. April Kepner and Jackson Avery are already on edge, their emotions spilling into every interaction. You can tell something is about to snap, but not like this. Then it actually happens. In the middle of a procedure, their argument explodes. It becomes so intense that they walk out, leaving the surgery behind. In a hospital where every second matters, that kind of distraction is unthinkable. Patients don't get pauses. Why it matters hits differently. This isn't about ambition or love for a patient. It's about losing control in the worst possible place. It shows how personal emotions can override professional responsibility, and how dangerous that can be. But if letting emotions take over in the OR sounds bad, the next moment proves what happens when a doctor deliberately ignores direct orders. And the fallout is even bigger. Number 3. Derek operates against orders. It starts with confidence. Derek Shepard is one of the best neurosurgeons in the building. When he believes a patient can be saved, he doesn't hesitate. But this time, the call isn't his to make. Then he ignores the line completely. Despite clear instructions not to proceed, Derek goes ahead with a risky brain surgery. It's bold, defiant, and puts everything on the line. In that moment, he chooses his instincts over protocol, believing he knows better than everyone else. Why it matters is complicated. Derek's brilliance is exactly what makes this dangerous. When someone that's skilled breaks the rules, it challenges the entire system. It raises the question, when does confidence become arrogance? And just when you think defying authority is the peak of rule breaking, the next moment shows a decision that didn't just risk a career, it risked prison. Number 2, Teddy marries Henry for insurance fraud. It starts as a favor. Teddy Altman meets Henry, a patient who can't afford the care he desperately needs. His condition is serious, and without insurance, his chances are slipping away. What begins as sympathy quickly turns into something much bigger. Then she makes a shocking decision. Teddy marries Henry so he can use her insurance.
I have great medical insurance.
Way to kick a guy when he's down.
I'm saying that I'll marry you.
It's completely illegal, a clear violation of hospital policy and federal law.
This is absurd. You're aware of that. And you're gonna regret it deeply in the morning.
On paper, it's fraud. In reality, it's her trying to save a life in the only way she can. Why It Matters hits emotionally. What starts as a technical loophole turns into something real. Their relationship grows, making the situation even more complicated. And when tragedy strikes, the weight of that decision becomes unbearable. And if that was risking everything for one patient, the next moment is the ultimate rule break. One that crossed ethics, law, and the very core of medicine. Number 1. Izzy steals a heart for Denny. It begins with love that clouds everything. Izzy Stevens can't accept losing Denny Duquette. The transplant list isn't in his favor, and time is running out. You can feel the desperation in every second leading up to her decision. Then, she does the unthinkable. Izzy manipulates the system to secure a heart for Denny, essentially stealing it from another patient who needed it. This isn't just bending the rules, it's rewriting them entirely. Doctors rush to respond, but the damage is already done. Why It Matters is devastating. This moment defines Grey's Anatomy. It shows how love can push someone past every ethical boundary. And even though the intention was to save a life, the consequences are tragic, proving that some lines, once crossed, can never be undone. Which moment hit you the hardest? Make sure to like and subscribe for more Grey's Anatomy content, and check out our video on the most heartbreaking deaths in the show. These were the times doctors broke the rules in Grey's Anatomy. Which one stood out to you the most? Did we miss any moment? Comment it below. We might include it in the next video. Make sure to subscribe for more Grey's Anatomy content like this. Click here, Top 10 Most Iconic Meredith Moments, to watch our last video on the most shocking moments. It's just as crazy.